Hi everyone, how are you doing? How are you doing? I hope you're having or you had an amazing Sunday. Mine was good. I give God the glory. Okay. So where are people? Today I have a very good pathway to USA. This one is going to be very, very good. I hope I will be as short and as precise as I can be. Sorry, I want to to share and show you how you can get visa sponsored jobs, how you can know an employer can give you a visa sponsored job, and the rest will be for you to do your part, because my part is always enlightening you, sharing information. I do a lot of research to be able to share such pathways. And if you've been here like the whole of last week, just that I got unwell and I was not able to do this video, I have been saying that this is something I have done some research, and I have been asking a lot of questions to my friends in the US. And I always want to be very um, conscious with what I am sharing with people and to own my content. So when I came across this pathway, rather this what I'll be showing with you today, I was not so sure, so I had to at least ask around people who, or rather people who I know that are in the US. And because I know quite a number of my followers and my viewers love opportunities in USA, I had to do my research. I had to go through this site and see how to go about everything so that I can come here and share as much as I can. Today, we are going to be turning pages, and I'll want to cover any industry that any one of you is looking for. If it is unskilled jobs, if it is agricultural jobs, I want us to go through each and everything, and I want you to be as engaging as possible, because I know most people are going to love this. um we are 13 of us. Kindly remember to introduce yourself, tell us where you're watching us from, what countries you're looking to move. We have 5 minutes to start. After 5 minutes, I will be able to start and take you through each and everything. Sharon, how are you doing? Baracom Services, how are you doing? You was at some point you were very active here, then you disappeared. I know, so I've been somehow on and off. The last 1 month has not been very, very good for me health wise, but I am hoping I will try as much as I can, and God will be faithful to be able to kick out at least March in good health. Anne Mwaura, how are you? Kamaldeen from Nigeria, you're welcome. Kelly, thank you very much. Jane Walai from Uganda, you're welcome. I do I do know sometimes it can be very frustrating, because I can do 3 or 4 lives in a week and then I disappear. But anytime, if you're my follower and you know how I love even coming live and sharing things and doing because at least I always want to make sure I am posting one video daily on YouTube. So anytime you find me not having posted anything, mostly going live, because the normal daily videos, I can have pre-recorded content or pre-scheduled content. So anytime you find me not doing a live video, since I started live videos, you can be sure I am not feeling well. um Hi, Onayo from Nigeria, you're welcome. Egu from Nigeria, Lagos, you're welcome. We have like 2-3 minutes to wait for more people. I always feel like it is something good to, as much as yes, I know I'd want to start at exactly 5. The problem with most of us, we are African timers, and we take our sweet time. And also, I know the problem with sometimes back home, people have a lot of things to do, mostly because of the time that I am going live. In some countries, people are making dinner. In some countries, people are leaving work. So I really want to give grace to people to wait for at least a good number, so that we can start at the same point, so that anyone else who will be joining us will not be very, very confused. Yeah, there's a point where someone can find you and they'll know that they will be a bit confused. I want you guys We are 20 of us, or rather we are there about. I really want you guys to be as engaging as you can today, because as I said, we will be looking at different sectors. So if there's something or a career or an industry you've been aiming to move in the US, I think it's good for you. If it is something that you'll want me to show you how to go about it, I'd want to show you to go about it so that at your own free time you can do this. My email address, before I forget, before I get to anything, is jocelyncareercoaching@gmail.com. jocelyncareercoaching@gmail.com. If you have any query, if you want to ask me anything, my email address is always open. I offer different services that are paid. I offer CV reviews, one-on-one sessions. I help in job applications. I do not guarantee jobs, but at least I know I have been also, the last 1 month, I have been also very not be been very good performance wise in terms of what I am offering to people, but it is, as I said, health based. But what I do with personalized job application, I help as much as I can on trying to help people to apply for jobs. The number of people have disappeared again, but it is okay. I want to start. Anyone who will meet us halfway or a quarter way, they can always ask some question. If I'll be able to answer or go back, I can do that. If not, they will have to wait and watch the or the already recorded content. So what I want to share with you today is HB1 visa. HB1 visa allows you excuse me, I want to share opportunities and jobs in HB1 visa. HB1 visa is not a US green card, but it is a very good route to move to US because it is a 6-year visa. If you live and you reside with your family in USA, after 5 years, you are eligible to apply for your citizenship. So just to be very, very straightforward, this is not a green card, it is the H1B visa. H1B visa allows you as a worker or as a job seeker to go and offer your skills to companies that offer or are licensed by the USA government to give job seekers visa sponsorship. There are more than 450,000 companies that I will be showing you. There is a whole list of all the companies in USA that are more than 450,000, if I am not wrong, that give or offer the H1B visa. As I said, this is a 6-year visa. It's given in 3 years, 3 years. So you're given a 3-year visa. If you get to USA and after the 3 years, you get another employer, you can change your employer or the same employer will renew your visa. And as to repeat again, under this pathway, the H1B visa allows you to apply for citizenship after 5 years of you residing in USA. Also, when I talk about sponsorship, I'm talking about your flights being catered for, your visa being sorted by your employer, you being able to move with your family and your children, or your dependents rather, to USA. And remember, the best thing about USA is that USA, you can your children can get citizenship by birth. So anytime you want to or you move to USA by birth, you give birth in USA, your child becomes a citizen, sorry, by birth. It is not like UK, sorry. US is one of the best countries when it comes to citizenship, because it is quite straightforward in the case mostly of children. In the UK and most of the other countries, children by birth are not given citizenship in the case of where none of the two parents are citizens. So if one of the parents is a UK citizen, for example, the child will get an citizenship by birth. But if the two parents are foreigners and they still do not have their citizenship, the child is not a UK citizen, they are Kenyan. For example, if today my partner and I have not gotten a child, I've gotten a child, sorry, and we still do not have our citizenship, our child will be Kenyan. But if we were in the USA, if I get or I give birth right now and I was in the USA, by birth, by default, my child will be a US citizen. That is one of the best reasons I feel like why US is always classified as one of the best countries that you can live. So direct to the website. We are going to look at very different things. I want you guys to be as very engaging as you can. If you have any question, please do ask me. I hope that the video will not go more than 30 minutes because that will be overboard. But if you have any question, please ask me. Before I continue, hi Onayo, hi Ugu, hi Fatima, hi Juliana, hi Jasmine, hi Conrad. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's kick it off. Definitely, I will be presenting. I will be sharing my screen with you. Today, my health is at least better. That is why at least I think I feel a bit energetic. So I want us to look at what is called the H1B grader. So the H1B grader allows you to the H1B grader allows you to move or gives, sorry, the H1B grader allows and gives you a lot or different information. The system is disturbing a bit. It gives you information on what kind of sponsors that are giving sponsorship, visa sponsored jobs in different sectors. Could be agriculture, could be construction, could be plant operators, could be warehousing, could be hospitality, could be housekeeping, could be caregiving, healthcare, whatever you can think of. It also tells you which professions or which sectors are mostly outsourced for, or what most companies are looking out for in terms of what? In terms of industries. Also, you're going to get, allow me to look for that website again because somehow I have misplaced it. So it is going to give you, perfect, I have gotten one. It is going to give you also the cities that are always, or the cities that are mostly always looking, or the companies that are in those cities that are always looking for different people to sponsor. So I want to share with you these website, and I feel like it is very good for you if you're looking for jobs in USA to have this database, because it will go a long way, a further way for you to be able to get jobs. Okay, let me share. I have gotten a good website. So once you get to the website, and I hope everyone can see this, once you get to the website, there are a lot of things that you can go through. As I said, when you click even the H1B sponsors, you'll get, you can compare sponsors by name, by job title, by state, or by city. Okay, in US, remember, they're not called countries, they're called states. When you go down to the end of the page, down, you are going to see very different lists, and these are informations that have been given the first quarter of 2024, financial year 2024 first quarter. Top H1B sponsors, top H1B job titles, top H1B cities. So this gives you very good insights, because you will see all the companies, or the top companies that are always hiring, the top industries that are always people are always looking for, or these companies are looking for in terms of profession, and the top cities. If you come to the top companies, or rather if you click view all H1B sponsors, this will give you a list of all the companies. This actually is giving you the index of H1B sponsoring companies. It is a list of all the companies that are always recruiting and giving H1B visa sponsored jobs. As I said, this is 451,351 entries. That means those are all the countries in USA that are always giving visa sponsorships under the H1B visa to USA. Definitely, we cannot exhaust these in one sitting. We cannot really exhaust this. So they are giving all the companies, from agricultural companies to communications. So the best thing you can go about it, and you can see like these are flower companies, and you will get a lot of insurance companies, a lot of companies. Most of the time, you may not know which company or what some of these companies are doing, but to just show you and to use maybe something random, if you came to, like, you click the O chain or zero chain LLC, this website is a very good website, and it gives you, it is they have used the database under the US Department of Labor public disclosure files of H1B program. So this gives you, and this is very important because I want you to see this. When you click on each and every company, you see the database on the approval and denial rates of the visas of like, now, for example, if you look at which physical year and what each of these company, how many, or rather, what is the percentage rate in terms of the visa renewals or denials they were given by the US government or the US immigration, you will find. So you just click any company. Let's look at maybe this one, 1800 Life Insurance Agency. You will find all the information that you will require on each and every year on there. Most of them will say not applicable, maybe because they have not updated the data, but that was very important for me to share. That is the first hurdle. That is the first hurdle. The second, we are now done with how to find those companies in terms of for you to know the denial or the visa acceptance rates for those companies. I'd want us to look at, and well, while we are at the companies, you cannot definitely get the jobs. This is not a job website. This is a website that is sharing information on companies that are giving job websites, okay? So if you want to find jobs that are being offered by this company, the best way would be for you to come and copy this name and put it on another Google extension or Chrome extension and look for those companies and check their websites and see if they have job openings and apply for those job openings that they have. One by one, filter one by one, filter by one. That is one step. The other way you can go about for you to be able to know if you'll get a job, I'm going to share it in a few. I want us to look at view all H1B job titles. So these will help you to know which are the most sought jobs in USA. Definitely anything to do with developers, analysts, engineering, IT. You'll find those are in very, very, very high demand. So those will be on top of the list. And as I said again, there are more than 3,800, 381,000 entries, meaning that if you click to page 2, you will also see more of the jobs that are always given. If you click to page 5 or what, you'll see all the job titles that are available. I know someone is sitting there and asking, why can't I find jobs for like hotel keeping and everything? And we are going to go through that. Do not worry. So if you want to look for jobs in any industry, and if you want to know which companies are on that list and they give jobs in your industry, in this case, let's say person ABC is a housekeeper, or they're looking for housekeeping job or hospitality job, you come and enter the job title. Let's say, for example, hospitality. You enter hospitality and you click. So we are looking for jobs that are under the hospitality industry. And now this will give you the companies that are giving hospitality jobs, and you will find one or two, okay? If we are on the same page, please tell me we're on the same page. If we are not on the same page, please tell me we are not on the same page, so that I will be able to know. Please tell me if you're on the same page. If you are not on the same page, please tell me. I'd want to know. Please do tell me. And I'd also want, if anyone is watching and they'll want to know if the industry, they're always searching for jobs in USA, they'll want to see how to go about it. Please tell me so that I can go through it and see. There's something I'm trying to figure out. It is something that I had tried. Sometimes with a lot of things, I might not be able to be very fast, but I hope I will get it. I hope I will get it. I want to show you, yes, let's go down here. I want to show you by job titles, by sponsors, what not sponsors, by job title. If you look for a job or a role like housekeeper, I want to see something, and I want to show you something because, yes, perfect. if you come, let me go over it again. If you come to job titles, remember you can come here, click on the H1B sponsors, click by, there's by name, that is by name of the company. By job title, click by job title. When you click by job title, it brings you here. So you hospitality could be very bold. That is the word that I'm looking for. Hospitality could be very bold. So lower it down for like, look for jobs in waitressing, waiters, housekeeper. Let us start by like a job like housekeeping. Okay, so let's say housekeeper. Now this is at least narrowed down. So you look for jobs or for companies that are always giving housekeeper, and this is what I really wanted you guys to see. There are 24 results. Most of them, as I said, these are not very in high demand jobs to give visa sponsorship, but you'll always find something. So when you come to housekeeper, you'll see this is one company. And it is giving visa sponsored. It is a maid service, cleaning service in Gibraltar. There is another one, cleaning ladies and housekeepers, trusted house sitters, and their sponsored jobs, house cleaning. And as I said, they might not be very, 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 very many jobs, but at least 24 is a good entry. All those are jobs. All those are jobs. It is a good entry for such an industry. I don't know. Let us look at something else. Let's look at maybe warehousing. Let us look at warehousing. Let's see if they will find anything available. There's a few. Actually, it's not a few. It is 1,060. B2B fulfillment center, VAT warehousing service, inventory management, warehouse storage and distribution. There is also quite a number. So that is how you maneuver that. If you do not want to go through like to if you do not want to copy one company and search for opportunities, you can come to the jobs title, then put on the industry that you're in, then it will bring all the jobs that are available. And the reason why some of the jobs that mostly, let me call them the low skilled jobs, like mostly housekeeping, nanny jobs, maybe carers, because they do not need a lot of paperwork, not they cannot compete with a very high skilled jobs like engineering, accounting, that is financial services, and people like doctors. That is why you'll find maybe even the first two or 300 jobs that are available on these websites out of the 450,000 are meant for people that are very, very highly skilled. But that does not mean if you're looking for jobs around waiters, waitressing, anything around agriculture, you will not find something. You just need to do it like the way I have showed you. Let me redo it again because I want to close the whatever and welcome any questions. So you come to H1B sponsors by job title. When you come by job title, this is indexed by job title. Enter the job title that you're looking for. Let us assume you're an accountant. Okay? If you're an accountant, once you get I don't know like what is happening. Actually, now this gives you the approval rates for accountant. This is giving you approval rates for accountant. But when we redo it again by job title, I hope you can find something. It is as easy as that. It is not that complicated. I know sometimes some of these processes can be very, very, very tedious. But as I've said before, nothing is very easy. You have to do a lot and lots and lots of work. Okay, so you will realize some of the industry, if do not have any entry or they have very, very low entry, but that does not mean you should give up. What it means is that you should try as much as you can to apply. If you find like your job industry has like 24 jobs, apply for all of them. And the fact that they are giving sponsored, you never know, you might be lucky. The only thing you need to do anytime, and I will say it again and I say it to everyone, please have an ATS friendly written CV. That is 1. 2, if you're applying to jobs in US, have an US format CV. If there's any question regarding this, regarding something else, I am going to welcome it before I end the live. Muli, you're welcome. I don't think I've seen you a lot here. John, you're welcome, and thank you for being here. Anayo, please do. I think I have showed you, and it is enough proof that I have showed you a lot. Maybe someone is going to ask me the name of the website, and the name of the website is H1B Grader. H1B Grader. Let me write it down for you guys. H1B Grader. H1B Grader. If that is something you'll want to do, please go and do. I know it can be very, very stressful, but you always have to remember something. When agents are asking you for money to do these things for you, this is the struggle, and that is the struggle they have to go through. Sometimes we think when people are charging some weird amounts of money, they do not do a lot of work. But honestly, as someone who is offering services mostly around job applications, it can be very, very tedious going from one website to another to look for jobs that are suitable for you as an applicant or as a job seeker to apply. So as I said, it can be a bit tedious, but it goes, you have to do a lot of work to even get an interview scheduled for you. The reason being is, as an overseas worker, you're competing with people who are in these industry, in these countries. So you have to go an extra mile to at least apply to as many jobs as possible. Remember, one, you're competing with people that are already in the US for the same job or jobs. That is one. Two, you're also competing with other people who are all over the world looking for jobs. So you do not need to have a mediocre CV. You cannot apply just with any CV. Remember, CVs, mostly they are required, or recruiters are always asking you, or the ATS system is always asking you to have a CV in PDF form. Anytime that you're doing applications overseas and you have a word CV, it's the ATS tracker removes that CV in the morning. More AM in the morning, no tracker, an ATS tracker will never pass a word CV. So always convert your CV in PDF. Another thing I think I need to mention, please, you're not even allowed to have a 3-page CV. The maximum your CV should be a 1-page CV. And also, too, remember, you're not supposed to add references on your CV. The only thing that you do at the end of your CV, you just label references and say available upon request. If you cannot waste 1 page, as I said, most of recruiters will always ask you for 1 page, or actually the standard, because even people with 10 years experiences, 20 years experiences always have 1 CV. So I don't know like where we get the guts to have 3 pages CV. You need to be as short and as precise as you can. Reason, because when the ATS tracker is reading your CV, it is analyzing what it is asking for. So you do not need to have and to highlight and give us your references while you have not told us the skills that you're in. The place where you write your references, can you tell us what skills that you have? If you're in the agricultural industry, if you're a caregiver, if you're in warehousing, tell us, have you done any certification? Tell the recruiter, I am a timekeeper, I am very good with communication, I am an organized person. Make that CV 1 page. Remember to always have a professional summary. Tell, most of the time you can say how many years of experience you are. Say, my name is ABCD, my name is John Doe, I have over 7, I'm an experienced truck driver with over 7 years experience. I have this and this, and I've done this. A very short professional summary should not be more than 700 words. Actually, when it is 1,000, you're just doing too much. And after the professional summary, depending on the different formats, like the Canadian format, after the professional summary should be your skills. In some places, the skills should be on the sidebar, and that is why I always tell you guys, you can just go on Google, look for different formats. You will get a lot of templates online. You do not need to pay me for CV services. If you believe in yourself, you can do this. And please remember to highlight your CV, remove the references. Anytime you do an interview and if someone wants to give you the job, they will always call you and ask you, can you give us 2 or 3 references? And that is the time that you give your references. This thing of you're putting references on a 1-page or 2-page CV and you have like 7 or 4 references, that is the space you should be telling the recruiter, Imagine you are a recruiter as a person. What would you want to see from someone that you've never met, from someone that you do not know where you're from? What would they want to see if you're the recruiter? That is the most important question you ask yourself when you're writing your CV. And when you know the answers, you will do that. Also, remember, tailor your CV to suit the job that you're applying for. I can never repeat that enough. I say it here a lot of time. If you're applying for an agricultural job, as a recruiter, I'll want to see what have you been doing. You cannot be applying for an agricultural job. Yes, I know it is something most of us Africans can do because we come from places and villages that you do a lot of labor work and farm work, myself included. If you ask me, for example, I am a very good tea picker, coffee picker, because I come from a place where we pick tea and we pick coffee, and they are in our home. So can I till the land? Yes. Can I take a fork, whatever you call them, or something to do this work? Yes, I can. And we do not dispute as recruiters that you cannot. You can. What you need to do is you need to tell us that I have been doing ABCD. And as I said, I usually say on this page, you can massage your CV. And nobody will come, yes, to look if you're in Cameroon or if you're in Uganda. I will not come as a recruiter to know what you are doing. Just tell me as a recruiter, Kendi, I have worked in company ABCD. I have been doing this for them. I know this and this and this. And those are things that you can find online. Google is there. Go find it online, pass it through chat GTP to rewrite it for you to be able to maneuver plagiarism. Because again, what happens with ATS tracker, if you copy and paste information online and you put it on your CV, the ATS tracker will know that, and it is going to shred your CV early in the morning, as early as it gets on that system. Those are just insights. I really do hope that most of you, if not all of you, can just sit down, take time, and write your CVs. I can do it for you, but I believe there is power in someone who really wants to know and to maneuver to do things by themselves. If there is no question, because I'm not seeing any questions, I know I'm talking, but I'm waiting for you guys to ask me questions. If there is no questions, I will see you guys tomorrow. I am hoping now, from now to end of March to end of December, I'll be as energetic as I can. My goal is to go live each and every day. So I post twice a day. Every day, 12 p.m. That is 12 p.m. Central European time. I have the normal uploaded and scheduled videos that are around 8 to 10 minutes long. They're very simple and precise. The reason why I like and I choose to come live, I know sometimes it can be very tedious, and it's more than 20 to 30 minutes most of the time. I really decided and took it upon myself. I know this is information that I can sell for, yes, quite a good amount of money, but I know not most of us or all of us can afford to pay for these services through me or through other people who are in the same thing with what I am doing. So I come here, I share with you companies that are always recruiting. I'll share with you tips. I will show you websites and how to maneuver this place, because for me, I believe this world, the pie is big enough for everyone. It is big enough for everyone. Whether I am here or wherever you are from or wherever you're watching me from, I really want you, and I pray that whatever you're praying for and you're manifesting, you will get it. But I also want you to put in the work. If there's something that you want to ask me and it is something that I can take my time to answer, my email address is always open. If you want countries that can help you or that you can move to and look for jobs in those countries, just email me and I will tell you, go and read on this and read on this and see if it is something that you will want to choose. I love doing lives and sharing this info because I know in one way or another, I am at least not, if not reaching the number that comes to my life, I am at least giving information to a few people and it will benefit them. And for the glory of God, I am just doing this so that people can have, or you guys can have, as much information as you can, and you can fulfill your dream, whether it is to relocate, whether it's to also have information as much as you can. And I really wish like each and everyone can live and to do what they want in this life. I saw your post on a video about Lithuania. Can you talk about it more? I have talked about Lithuania here before. uh Tiagi, there are a lot of jobs on graduate. H1B visa is a visa that favors graduates a lot. Depending on the different industries, you can go through the website and you'll get what maybe industry you're looking for. There are definitely jobs as a graduate. You just need to define what industry you're in and then look for the jobs that are available for graduate. To answer Dawn, Lithuania is one of what? Lizzie, you're welcome. I saw your email. I will talk to you tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Tuesday. Tomorrow, I do not know if I'll be able to go live. I have a doctor's appointment, but let me hope I'll be able to get something. Anne is saying nutrition and dietetics job. And I think for this one, what you need to do is email me. I can send you the UK job website and you can look for those jobs. You're the only person who has ever mentioned these. I have never seen such a request. And the reason why sometimes I have to measure when I am doing presentations and sharing information. That is based on I want some time to help as many people as I can in the same equal amount of time. So you're the first person who has suggested this. So my thing will be come to me. I will share with you the NHS website and you can look for jobs. I know the NHS UK has those jobs and it will go a long way. Let me answer Dawn. ISC. So I was saying to Dawn, Lithuania is if you're not a very choosy, because I know some of us are very choosy and very specific. They either want to move to UK or US or Australia or Canada, and that is like they are tied to those countries by umbilical cord. If you're not very choosy and you're looking for opportunities to start, remember I say the best way that you can do or that can help you to move abroad is look for countries in Europe that do not ask for a lot. And the reason why I always suggest it, any person who we talk with on my one-on-one session or we have interacted with, I tell them this: please, when you're looking for jobs abroad, lower your expectations, your expectations. That is the first step. Then look for a country in Europe, mostly Europe, that will give you or UAE. UAE also has very good chances, a lot of chances. UAE, Dubai, Qatar. Let me say UAE in general, okay? So look for either jobs in UAE or Europe. For me, I'm not very familiar with UAE. I know mostly of Dubai. I have not covered anything other than opportunities in Dubai. I have covered Europe a lot because I interact with a lot of people around here and I am here. So look for countries like Lithuania, Poland, Portugal, Latvia, Estonia, which other place? Moldova. You see those countries, the only place I will tell you to avoid is definitely Russia. There are countries that they're in Europe that do not have very high visa restrictions that allow you to move with tourist visas or different types of visas, because in the case of Lithuania, it is called a type D visa that allows you to move to Lithuania for 9 months and to look for jobs. So what happens is, now the only problem that you will have is most of those countries really want to see proof of funds. Reason being, when you go to these countries because those are short-term visas, you cannot use the medical or their medical services. So you have to have at least your private insurance, and you also need to have at least, in most of the time they will say, an equivalent of 3 months salary in what people are being paid in those countries. For example, in the case of Lithuania, the average pay is, I think, around 750 euros per month. So they will ask for proof of funds, or the visa will ask you to show at least you have 750 times 3 to show that at least for the 3 months that you will be there, you have money to take care of yourself. They'll also want you to have proof that you have accommodation, either a rental or an Airbnb. And the reason why they do that is because they are treating you as a short-term tourist, or rather in general they're actually viewing you as someone who has come to tour. When you're touring any country, you have to have travel insurance, you have to show that you have proof for funds, you also have to have a flight ticket to and from home. In the case where if maybe you do not get a job, you do not force them to deport you, you'll just board your flight and go back home. So Lithuania is a very good place to start. A lot of Indians and Pakistanis have benefited a lot. And I feel so bad when I'm talking about Lithuania and people are not paying attention, because Indians and Pakistanis have benefited a lot moving to Malta and Lithuania. And mostly, like in the case of Lithuania, Indians are doing a lot of, and Pakistanis have been doing a lot of fruit picking, strawberry picking, fruit farming and fruit work in Lithuania for a very long time, for close to 3-4 years. And I know the reason that is because most of us sometimes are very choosy. You do not want to go to these countries to do very hard work. But the upside of that, as I said, and thank you so much, Don, for asking that, because I hope in future I will be able to cover those countries in general and explain different visas that can get you there. um they really help you to maneuver. And the best thing about those countries, like for example, in the case of if you went to Lithuania, after 1 year, it is very easy. It is not like easy ABCD, but the chances of you applying to a visa to these other countries like USA, UK, Australia are easy. And I think the reason is sometimes some of these embassies in Africa are very strict and they are not very welcoming, and they will even reject your visa without any reason at all. Because like in the US embassy, they do not give you a reason why they have not given you your visa. They do not actually explain. But the moment that you have left, for example, Africa, or the moment that you have left India, the moment that you have left your country and you've come to, even if it is a small country in Europe, it is somehow a bit easier to transition to a country of your dream. So for me, I always tell people that I interact with, use Lithuania, use Poland right now has been a bit tricky because of I think some things have been happening. I've not been able to understand what is happening in terms of economy wise, but also Poland is the English language is a bit strenuous. But Latvia, Estonia, Moldova, yes, English are not their first languages, but foreigners are there. So you use those countries as your stepping stone to another country. You just sacrifice yourself, go to those countries, sacrifice for 1 year or 2 years, and when you're there, you're making plans, you're looking for other places. And also remember, when I talked about the EU blue card, when you're in a country as tiny as it is in Europe, and it is a country that is around the Schengen zone, after working for 2 years, you're eligible to apply for the EU blue card. When you apply for that EU blue card and you get your hands on that card, it means that you can move to over the 24 countries in the Schengen zone, and you will not need a work permit ever. So you can sacrifice. And as much as sometimes people are shying away from these countries, when you convert that money to what we are being paid back home, for example, in the case of Africa, it is good money. Because, for example, if you're converting 870 or 750 euros to Kenya shillings, or whatever shillings, or in the nairas, or to the francs, you will find that it is quite good money. And the good thing with these countries, the small countries in Europe, also the cost of living is not very, very high. There's something I'll also want to mention. The reason why it is easier to get jobs in some of these countries in Europe is because of one major thing. Because someone I know is asking me, why would I go to Portugal, and Portugal has a lot of Portuguese? The answer is one. Portugal is in the Schengen zone. So there are people, as long as you're in the Schengen zone, and as long as you're in the European Union, or you're a citizen in the European Union, you can move around the 24 states or countries in the European Union and work without the work permit. So any person, for example, who is experienced and not even experienced, for example, if you finish school in Portugal and you went and got into construction, why would you stay in a country that is paying you 870 euros, and you can go to a country like Ireland that is also in the European Union, and you're being paid more than 3,000 or 2,000 euros? So what most people or citizens in this country do, they are leaving those countries, going to work to other European countries that are in the European Union, or on the Schengen zone, because they are being paid more money there. So what happens in those countries? There is shortage. And that is why those countries are making now, or they're looking for ways to give you visas so that you can come and they will pay whatever they're telling you they will pay you. That is the true. And the reason why they'll pay that is because you as a foreigner do not have much of a say, because it is I give you. If you do not want to take, don't take. If you want to take, you take it. Okay. So but for the people who are there, for example, the citizens who are there, they cannot stay in their own country, and they know other countries that they can move without any restrictions and get jobs. So if you're not very choosy, and you know that for you, looking for jobs or applying for a job and waiting for job offers is not something that you can do, if you know that you can sacrifice and look for proof of funds in these countries, they're very well. If you ask me, it is good amount, because these are not millions or thousands of money. It is quite a good amount, and this is money that you will use. It is not someone else that is going to use this money. You're the one who will use this money. I'll say if it is a step you would want to take, it is a very good stepping stone for you to strategize to move to these tiny countries, stay for 1 year, 2 years, plan your exit, and move to the next country or your dream destination. Hey, Poland, to get something, we don't have Poland embassy in Ghana. You need to go to Nigeria, and that is don't actually. There is a lot of countries are like that. I think the only country in Africa that has quite a number of embassies would be South Africa. I also know Kenya has quite a number, but I am not very sure of the number. And I think it is for countries like West Africa, some embassies will not set up in each and every country. And I think that is a lot, because they end up paying a lot. Because as much as there is no Poland any embassy in Nigeria, you have to go to Ghana. There is also no Portugal embassy in Cameroon. You have to go to Nigeria. So it is a give and take solution. If you ask Kenyans who are here, they will tell you that Kenyan US embassy is very stressful. To get even visa appointments is very stressful. Kenyans leave Kenya to go to apply for visas in Zambia. And if you look at the difference between Kenya and Zambia in terms of square miles and kilometers, is quite a lot. Even Lithuania, Kenya does not have a Lithuania embassy. I think if you want also to get a Lithuania embassy in Kenya, you have to do your research. Also, I will also give you another case, Don. When you're applying for your NCLEX exam, that is the nursing council exams for US, for you to be qualified as a US certified USA nurse. In the previous years, there was no other embassy or a center where you can take your NCLEX exam in the whole of Africa. Every nurse in America who had to do their NCLEX exams, they went to South Africa. And it is just this year, January, that Kenya got a center. So right in the whole of Africa, for you to do your NCLEX exams in that is exams that will take you and that they will accredit you to practice as a nurse in USA. Now there are now 2 have centers, one in Kenya and one in South Africa. So it is a give and take solution, and the problem is there is nothing much you can do about it. That is the thing. If you want to get a police report, you can those are things for Lithuania. Those are things that you do either through the Lithuania website. In some of these countries, you'll find that they want police clearance from your country, and they want also you to give them details of you for them to scan if you have any or if you have done anything in the EU zone. So if like for example, Lithuania is asking you for a police report under the Lithuania government, those are things that you do online and you apply online, and they're not a lot. They are mostly around 5 to 10 euros. Getting the appointment is, I know most of the time, as I say, some of these visas can be quite strenuous, and those are the challenges of these things, but you try as much as you can. Remember, for example, in the case of where the Polish embassy is not in Nigeria, you have to go to Ghana. That means that embassy is serving, actually you might find there is no other Polish embassy even around maybe other countries in West Africa. So you'll find that they're serving more than 3 or 4 countries. So that means the line and the queues might be quite long, hence the extended time periods of embassies or visa appointments. But that does not mean you lose hope. You try, because I remember there's a time Kenyans were also complaining, saying that you are going and you want to go to USA and you're getting a visa appointment of 2 or 3 years later. It happens. And that is why I think I've come to realize a Kenyan will leave Kenya to go to do visa application in Zambia, because apparently in Zambia the queues or the waiting period is not as long. So I hope I have sorted each and every one out. And if you have any question, any pending question, email me at jocelyncareercoaching@gmail.com. Thank you so much. That is the longest live I have ever been. If you have any question before we close, if you have maybe any topic you'll want me to cover on, you can suggest before I close. It's not in Ghana, you need to go to Nigeria. It is okay. Sorry, I thought you're in Nigeria and it's in Ghana. It is okay. You will still need to figure that out. And do not lose hope. Do not lose hope, Don. You can figure that out. And then depending on if it is maybe a visa appointment of like 6 months, that is something doable. Or 1 year, it is still doable. I think the problem would be for something that someone is telling you to wait for 3 or 2 years. That those are crazy deadlines. But if it is something that you can do for a period of like 5 or 6 months, you can try. Remember, what you need to do is, if you're doing your Poland visa application, as you're waiting for the visa date or the appointment, you can always try other means and see what will come first, or get engagement, or do something that can keep you busy while you're waiting. The problem mostly with where we come from, mostly I'm talking as an African, we do not get the services sometimes, and our governments let us down. They do not even lobby with these embassies to ensure that we get the best services. Some of these embassies, they will not even tell you why they're denying your visa, and they always tell you, if you want to go through the process again, you have to apply. They do not even do refunds. It can be very, very stressing, and that is because most of our governments, most of our leaders are failing us. They are not lobbying for us to get opportunities. They are not lobbying for us to get better treatment, and these are services that we are paying. They are not free services. But that does not mean that we should not keep trying. We need to keep trying. What do they call job skill visa in Lithuania? It is what I was talking about. It is not the job skill visa. It is the type D visa that allows you to go on a short-term period to Lithuania and look for a job. Other than that, any other means for you to go to Lithuania is to go to get an employer who can sponsor you or who can give you a job offer. Then through that, you can apply for now your visa. But whatever I was talking about on it is called the type D visa to Lithuania. You can type a type D Lithuania visa and you will get all the information that you want on it. Honestly, guys, thank you so much. Those are 50 minutes. I have never been on a live for that long. Thank you so much. See, I hope I have answered each and every question. One day I will do, now that Dawn has motivated me, I will do a video and tell you countries that you can start your life. And I'm going to look for someone that is in a country that I am also not very familiar with, and I'll want him to come, and we will do a collaboration and a video, because I feel like we also do not tap on the fact that you can move to these countries and look for other ways to move to other countries. And that is something that it is not talked a lot about by us as maybe creators and as we are sharing information, but it is something that is very doable. You just need to know where to look for those opportunities and how to go about it. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ashaba, my greetings to you too. You came in late, or thank you if you have been watching. Until the next time. Tomorrow, I am not so sure, but let me hope I will be live. And I send my prayers to you. Thank you to each and everyone who is always checking out on me anytime I go missing. But to just apologize, anytime you see me missing, mostly on a live video, I am not on my best, or I am not feeling well. Until next time, keep safe, be safe. Good night, good evening, depending on where you're watching from me. And let us hope we will see each other tomorrow.